Hello, and thank you for joining us on AN24 Updates. Here are the headlines. Federal government closes all land borders. Ondo imposes total ban on political, social, and religious gatherings. And on the foreign scene, first vaccine human trial underway for coronavirus. The news in details after this break. The federal government on Monday announced the closure of all land borders for 4 weeks as a measure to curb the spread of coronavirus in the country. The Secretary General of the Federation and Chairman of Presidential Task Force on Coronavirus, Boss Mustafa, made the announcement on Monday evening. This is even as the cases of coronavirus in the country hit 40 on Monday night, according to updates from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC.
After a further review, Mr. President, on the recommendation of the Presidential Task Force, has approved the following additional measures. 1. Suspension of the weekly Federal Executive Council meetings until further notice. 2. Postponement of the meeting of the Council of State, which was scheduled to take place on Thursday, the 26th of March 2020. 3. All land borders that have been hitherto under partial closure shall now be closed for human traffic for 4 weeks, effective today, the 23rd of March 2020. In order to protect federal civil and public servants, a circular will be issued by the head of service of the Federation and shall direct on actions to be taken immediately.
The federal government has also directed public servants to work from home in order to curtail the spread of coronavirus in the country. Head of Service of the Federation, Yemi Esto, made this directive known in a memo on Monday. According to the memo, public servants across the country from level 12 and below should stay away from work, while those who would remain at work should limit the number of visitors they receive. The Ondo State government on Monday imposed a total ban on all political, social, and religious gatherings in the state. The state government said it had encouraged the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Ondo State to consider postponing its state congress, scheduled for Tuesday, 24th March 2020. This was contained in a press release that rolled out government's directive expected to curb coronavirus in Ondo State. The press release, signed by Daniel Ojogo, Honorable Commissioner for Information and Culture and Orientation, and made available to newsmen, said the cabinet deliberated on the governor's address to the people of the state and took far-reaching decision in the overall interests of Ondo State. The directive also ordered that grade level 1 to 12 civil servants should stay at home, with the exception of those on essential duties. Founder of Living Faith Church, Bishop Oyedepo, through a statement signed by his special assistant, Pastor Steve Oga, has explained why the church held a service contrary to the order of the Ogun State government. The state government had ordered that all gatherings in the state be restricted to a maximum of 50 people as a measure to curtail the spread of the coronavirus disease. The action of Oyedepo in holding the service drew the anger of not a few Nigerians who accused him of defying the authorities of the land. The statement from Living Faith said the church fully supports and encourages compliance with all initiatives of government to combat the spread of this dreaded virus. It also claimed it had held service to strategically disseminate information to the grassroots. And also on the news, the World Health Organization has said that at least 20 coronavirus vaccines are currently in development in the global race for a cure. The first human trial by the Boston-based biotech firm Moderna is already underway. This extraordinary speed is thanks in large part to early Chinese efforts to sequence the genetic material of the virus that caused COVID-19. Experts say it could still take about 18 months for any potential vaccine to become available to the general public, and credited the speed with which the vaccine had developed to China's willingness to share information. It also said that researchers around the world would replicate the virus and study how it invades human cells and infects people. Last week, China also approved the start of clinical trials on a vaccine. And now we've come to the end of AN24 News Updates. Thank you for joining us.